The Netherlands has a lot of options. As we grow, we donate a meal for every order that is delivered on homemade. There's a big gap in the market, and then we don't only make a local impact, like within the local community, but we make also a global impact. Sometimes you would need a bit more diversity. Compared to that economy, like currently the prices are still rising. Equality of opportunity is not there always.
Welcome back to another episode of the Startup Passport by Econsulate. Today we're joined by Mahmoud El Wakil. You're the CEO and founder of Homemade. Thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So back in the days, when I was a kid, my mother was always a very good cook. She always made very good food, but I was always the only one to have that. And I think your startup has a solution for that.
Yeah, so we're changing the way people order food. So basically, when I first moved to the Netherlands, I'm originally from Egypt, and I didn't know how to cook that well. I was ordering a lot of food, and I was never really happy with it. You know, I'm always overpaying for the food. I'm spending all of my student budget on it, and every time I would walk into my house, I would smell someone cooking something amazing, you know, and I would think, you know, why can't I order from this person, like support this person because they're my neighbor, and not order from restaurants? And that's kind of how the idea started. And now, you know, now we see it as a reality that people can order mom's food without having to go travel all the way back home. And we want to make this the reality for everyone around the Netherlands and hopefully around the world as we grow.
And how much do you think, being originally from Egypt, moving to the Netherlands, how much do you think that had an influence based on like sheer, let's say, quality of the food? Because the Netherlands is not necessarily known for their cuisine.
Well, I would say the Netherlands has a lot of options, which are mostly, you know, donors and pizza and capsalon, which is great, but it depends, you know, who the person that's trying it. But sometimes you would need a bit more diversity. And I personally think there's a big gap in the market in terms of the price point, you know, because in Egypt, for example, we have a lot of amazing food, but it really depends on the price point. Obviously, compared to that economy, like currently the prices are still rising. And I still think that these people need it there as well, because um, you know, in developed economies like here in Europe, the Netherlands, and we have a lot of women that participate in the economy. But in countries like Egypt, this is not always the case. Um, like the equality of opportunity is not there always. But like a lot of women, they stay at home, they don't work, and I can promise you they can cook better than any restaurant. And our job is to grow this enough so we can empower them to basically be able to make money from what they love to do, and help them basically, you know, change their lives basically by doing something like this, that they can start their own restaurant from home, just also be able to do whatever they want to do flexibly.
And if you're talking about the price point and that maybe being like also one of your key unique selling points, is there like an estimation how much less people are paying for a meal compared to the average takeout meal? Of course, it very much depends what it is, but is there like an estimation for that?
Well, I can tell you that, like personally, because I also, you know, used to order a lot from the big platforms that we have here in the Netherlands. I can tell you it's significantly cheaper, but also it's both on the more affordable end, but also on the higher quality end. So we like to do some studies with our top customers, also with customers that, you know, only order occasionally, to understand what's their decision making. And they always say it's really about the taste, the quantity of the food. So let's say if you order something for 14 euros, it's going to be much bigger quantity than you would get from a normal place in Amsterdam or Rotterdam or Enschede or any of the cities we're operating in. I don't have a specific number, but I can tell you it's like a lot higher quality, and it's always more affordable than the other options you can find.
I think a question you might be getting every now and then is talking about the quality. If anyone can basically sign up to be a cook,
Yeah.
how do you ensure the quality is nice if all of a sudden you can order food from your neighbor's place, let's say?
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of the most difficult things to make this happen, because to be a chef, it's not as simple as you might think, because you have to sign up on our platform. Then we schedule an interview with you, so we get to know you before you do anything. After that, we schedule a food tasting. This is my favorite part personally, because then
Is that something you do on your own? You do personally?
a lot of times I do personally, but in cities like Rotterdam and Amsterdam and like Delft and some of the other cities, we in the beginning we used to like hire people to do the tasting, but now we just ask the community. You know, a lot of people want to become food tasters. I think if anyone's listening to this and they think they want to become a food taster, they should reach out to us.
There we go.
And yeah, then we have the community taste the food, in many cases in different cities. And after that, we have to register the chef with the KVK. So they have to be a sole proprietor, have their own business, because that's what we're helping them do. And then they have to register with the NVWA, which is the Food Safety Authority of the Netherlands. So they're registered just like a normal restaurant. On top of that, we're also giving them a lot of like guidance on it. So something they would usually pay 60, 70 euros to get training on, we provide it to them for free. And sometimes we also provide them more recently with something like a test or a quiz to test their knowledge. Later, we're gamifying this process. We're working on some things with AI to help you even, mitigate the risks of food safety in your own kitchen. But these things are yet to be developed, but the future is looking very exciting for it. Yeah.
And is there a certain, maybe not a percentage, but some experience from our chefs staying with you, with your platform? Because maybe someone thinks, oh, I'm going to try it, but then they have to go through all of that process. But then maybe after a few weeks or months, they realize, oh, it's not for me. But then they're still stuck with sort of having their own registered company or freelance ship, or however you want to call it. So from your experience, do people continue being chefs on your platform after they signed up and went through all of the process?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, a huge amount of our chefs, they stay and they want to always stay for longer, renew their agreements with us. I would say it really depends on each chef, but the majority of the people that we have after we launched our official platform last year, maybe before in the pilots, it was, just in the beginning, I just had a Wix website that I built myself just to validate the concept, get it to start. But I can tell you some chefs, they make really good money. Like we have one chef in Enschede, she only works Sunday and Monday. And on a Sunday, she can sell, 400 or 500 euros worth of biryani.
Oh, there you go.
But
Okay.
her biryani is obviously like, to die for. I say every Sunday, hey, I'm going to order from another chef. And then my stomach says, no, you have to order this, Yeah.
Okay, so it also seemingly not worth it only for the customers, but also for the chefs that are signing up.
Definitely.
Cool. And you said you started in Enschede. This is also where your favorite biryani place then is. Who knows what Rotterdam is going to cook up, quite literally. You're in Rotterdam now. Any other cities as well, or are there any other cities planned?
Yeah. So currently we're also launched in Hengelo, near Enschede. We're also recently launched in Amsterdam. We launched in Delft and Haarlem. Haarlem we just launched yesterday with an amazing pizza chef. So if someone's listening and they want to try some authentic Napolitan pizza. And we just launched also in Hoorn and Alkmaar. But I think we still have many cities to go. We have like 50-something cities on our waiting list. I think maybe 60-something now. For both customers and chefs.
All within the Netherlands?
All within the we actually just had one chef a few days ago from Ohio. I don't know how I found this.
Okay,
from
yeah.
London. We're having other countries, but this is not yet, like within the next 2 years, it's not yet in the plans. Maybe Germany could be soon. But I still think there's a very long way to go until we're in every city, in every country around the world, because that's how we truly change the world, When I was younger, I used to do something called MUN. And I used to go, it's like Model United Nations. And basically, I thought that when I grow up, I'm going to be in the United Nations, I'm going to change the world. And then I realized that's not really how it works. So I learned that it's only possible through business. So we're trying to build an impact-based business that would change the world. And one of the most important problems happening in the world now, we're building a lot of AI, a lot of robotics, but millions of people around the world are still hungry. And as a food delivery platform, we cannot just watch this happen because it costs only 70 cents to donate a meal through the World Food Program. So our vision is, as we grow, we donate a meal for every order that is delivered on Homemade. And then we don't only make a local impact, like within the local community, but we make also a global impact. And I think once more people know about this, I think it only costs 14 billion to end world hunger. A company like Apple has like 200 billion cash. You can see how much money is going into AI now. So I think it's a problem that it should be important to solve. And for me personally and for Homemade, this is one of the most important things we want to achieve as we grow. But impact is the most important thing for Homemade, I think.
Okay, and that's something you're trying to do as you grow revenue, as you grow the company, when you're also being able to afford that more comfortably from that position.
Definitely.
Great. Thank you very much for joining. Very exciting startup, and seemingly it has also been going well. So good luck with that and everything that's coming up with Homemade.
Thank you.